You were saying there it's a great opportunity for Gareth Southgate to sort of just pick players who needed to get a bit of momentum, fitness into them, and also just to figure out if, and it all goes to plan for England, that they get through to the knockout stage, which we're all assuming they will, that he can just sort of feel out how he wants his team to play as in a system, etc. So what are you thinking in terms of personnel from an England side of things that you would like to see?
A couple I would like to see not play. Would be my starting point, because I cannot afford them to be injured for the knockout stages and beyond. Declan Rice, number 1.
Okay.
Luke Shaw, number 2. Natural balance on the left-hand side. You know, we've got no natural left-footed replacement there. So they're 2 individuals that I'm thinking to myself, there's no chance I would play them. I've got to keep them safe. KANE might be one of those that falls into that, and I don't think it would be a bad thing to see somebody that offers a running behind as a change. You know, maybe Callum Wilson or someone of that ilk, or Rashford if he wants to play him down the middle, to offer us some energy up front to running behind. Certainly there's 3 there that I'd probably make sure that I wouldn't start in any way, shape or form. So, and on top of that, I don't see him changing the goalkeeper. I think Pickford has continually been the number 1, and I think he likes him there. I think you've got to give Walker some football if he's available to play some football. I don't know his physical state at the moment, but he gives you the option to play free at the back. He gives you the option to have pace at right back if you need it against wingers and whatever that are going to cause you a problem. Calvin Phillips is another one. Injury situation, injury problem. He needs some minutes, depending on what state his physical prowess is in at this moment in time.
Would you play Trent?
I think if Walker was fit to drop in, I probably would. Is the answer yes? Because
in a 3 or pushing as a wing back?
Both.
Yeah.
In all honesty, if Walker's fit, I would play him probably as the right side of the 3, and then play Trent as a right wing back. If I'm looking not to play Shaw in a back 4, someone's got to play left back. That person looks like Trippier. So if you're moving Trippier to there, probably Trent potentially might be your right back at that stage.
We know there will be some changes for Wales. Wayne Hennessy, for one, is suspended after his red card. There's been a lot of focus after that really disappointing defeat for them against Iran yesterday on the performances of Gareth Bale and
Ramsey.
Aaron Ramsey. How ridiculous. So many names, so many things that's happening, and not much sleep. What do you make of the criticism? Has that been fair on those 2 players?
I find it a little harsh on Aaron Ramsey. I think Ramsey was attempting to get on the ball, work, and you know, I know a lot of opinion outside that is you're lumping Ramsey in with Gareth Bale. I was really disappointed in Gareth Bale. He was the one I come away with over the 2 games, and especially the last game. I'm looking at sometimes the balls at a defender's feet, and they're looking for some movement into a channel, and they're looking for someone to free themselves up in Gareth Bale to come and get on the ball and help them out. And I didn't see that movement. And honestly, I think Kiefer Moore was working to try and get on the ball and working to shut down. I'm not sure Gareth was. And it's so difficult on a manager. He's been such a world-class player, and you're keeping someone on the pitch that you're saying, but he could do that one magic moment. But that one magic moment that you're waiting for might have cost you a 2-0 defeat. You know, and I know that's harsh for what he's done, but I can only say what I've seen at the match day at Wales yesterday, and it wasn't good enough.
Well, it's been very difficult, because if you look at his last 18 months to come 2 years, and obviously how it ended with Real Madrid, and then he goes on loan to Spurs, then he plays games randomly for Wales, and I feel like he's a player that's been totally lost at his club level, but it's come a huge cost because he's missed so much football.
Yeah, it's exactly that. And as I say, I looked at his stats at half-time of the Wales game. You know, what's he done this season? And I looked at 12 appearances for LA, 2 starts in 12 appearances, you know, 10 of those off the bench. And you think, this is LA you're playing at. So I don't know what your injury situation is or whatever, but this is the biggest stage in the world. You can't be half-cocked at the biggest stage in the world.
So, Ronaldo's had a similar situation this season where he's missed a lot of football. He's played very little for Manchester United.
Yeah. And they're both, Cass, in a similar situation where, as you're the manager, and I put myself in the manager's situation, you're Rob Page in the technical area, your team are chasing a game or whatever, his footballing brain, I think, will tell him probably the substitution I need to make is to bring Bale off. But the politics that go with that, the criticism that go with that, is really, really difficult for him.
All is not lost for Wales. If they beat England and Iran and USA draw, they will go through. That's one of the sort of permutations. So many permutations we'll be reading into, I'm sure, as we build up to these matches as well. And you're right there about Rob Page. He is damned if he does, and damned if he doesn't, because Gareth Bale is the talisman. He's the one that they always look to. And if he doesn't start him, people will ask questions, especially if it doesn't go to plan. But ultimately, right now, it does feel as though Wales are being hampered by having him. They're carrying a player, which is a problem.
Well, on that performance the other day, 100%. I didn't see him pressing from the front. I didn't see him making runs for channels. I didn't see him freeing himself up readily enough to say, I'm the best player in our team, give me the ball, and I'll make something happen. So that's that. What I would say, he's got a brilliant opportunity now against England to say, I'm still a world-class player and I'm going to lead my team from the front foot to make sure that people say, wow, Gareth Bale, that's why you leave him on a pitch in that performance, because Wales need something now. They're in real jeopardy, aren't they?
Yeah.
They've got a tough call. But what they need to do, if they do not come out of the group and progress, they've got to put a performance in against England that the Welsh fans will say, listen, we had a real go in this game.